Hello there. It is a beautiful sunny April day on the Tomarosa, and I figure I am long overdue for a 12 update video. Now unfortunately, because of the snow and the cold, I didn't really get much accomplished on 12 over the winter. She just kind of sat here. I did work on the heater a little bit, which I can show pictures of later, but otherwise not much progress. Hopefully with the better weather that'll change here soon. So in the meantime, I thought I would just do a walk around of 12, kind of update folks on just what's been done so far. And with that, let's start at the front. So at the top, the air horn is brand new, sounds great. The clearance lights are all new. There's that extra clearance light on the passenger side here that looks like a W900 fender light, because it is a W900 fender light. This is originally spec'd to 12. Now the light's been replaced, but there's always been a light there, and the reason is the original owner, Bruce Motor Freight, spec'd it that way right from the factory. I guess they wanted an identification light so they could see their trucks going down the road at night. The only change I made is originally it was wired in with the rest of the clearance lights, and I put it on a separate switch. Windshield wipers, I got 2 new windshield wiper blades in the shop, just haven't put them on yet. The grill is new, the center bar on the grill is new, the hardware for the winter front is new. The Kenworth logo on the front, I kind of polished up a little bit and repainted. I used the International Harvester red. It's a little bit deeper of a red than the Kenworth, and I really like the way it turned out. Not that it's a big deal, but the radiator cap is new as well. The headlights on both sides have been rebuilt. The housings are the original, but I cleaned them up, painted them. The lamps are new, and the bezels and gaskets are new. They're actually GM lights, so it really wasn't that difficult to find parts for them. Quite a bit of fiberglass work was done up on the front here. Still more to do. The bumper had a lot of work done to it at our local welding shop. There's a bunch of holes in it from previous license plates, so I had those all filled up, save for just the holes for one plate. And there was one crack on the back side that they welded up as well. The fog signals, the lamps are new, the housings are original, they're Dietz. When I got the truck it had clear lights, road lights down there, but I really like the way the amber lights look. And so that is the front. I think I covered everything. What's left up here, the frontal air intake door is just being held closed with a piece of wire. So I need to find a way to secure that. And other than some a little bit more fiberglass work and some paint, the front will be done here shortly. I'm going to try and save as much of the original paint as I can, see if how much of it will buff out and polish up some. Alright, here's the passenger side. Now I did put a stack cover on the top flapper just because it sits a lot and I don't want rain and snow water collecting in the exhaust system, so I did put that on there. Battery box cover is new. The step that's mounted on the battery box is a step I found at a salvage yard. It's actually a boat step, but I liked it. It's a little bit bigger than the original fold down step, so I bolted that on there. The cab jack pump has been rebuilt. All new hydraulic lines. The hydraulic cylinders for the cab jack have been rebuilt. The cab locks, there's 2 of them. The one on the driver's side has been rebuilt as well. And then here's the back side of the headlight housing. All new electrical. All the lights have been rewired, so there's still always more electrical to do, but all the lights have been rewired. New marker light, new reflector. The Kenworth logos on the side here, I know they're not 1971 vintage. The one on the driver's side actually was my dad's. I found it in his garage, so I stuck that on there. And then this side, the passenger side, came off a truck that had actually gone all the way up the haul road to Barrow, Alaska and back. So I thought that was kind of cool. Turn signal lights are new. This one's not too bad to put on. The driver's side was a son of a gun. Door handles rebuilt. The grab rail on this side of the truck also came off that same truck that went to the north end of Alaska, so that's kind of cool. Fuel tanks both sides, new caps, new vents, new quarter fenders. Back of the engine. Cummins V903. A big canister on top, that's actually the air filter. You can see it's got two cab locks, one on each side of the engine. New mud flaps in the back. New tail lights. These are the only LED lights on the truck. I don't know why I decided to put LEDs back here, but I did. Everything else is incandescent as it would have been originally. But all new wiring harness to the back end of the truck as well. Big project this summer is redoing the air system, getting rid of leaks, replacing hoses. So I started going through labeling hoses, mapping them out. A lot of same stuff on this side, new mud flap, new quarter fender, fuel tank, cap, vent. Need to replace all the fuel lines. That's another project for this summer. Added a mud flap behind the driver's steer tire here. It's just sitting in a bracket. I did rebuild the shifter linkage this last year. So new oil seals at the top of the transmission, new U-joints, cleaned everything up, painted everything up, new seals, the whole shifter tower is rebuilt. Took a lot of slop out of the system. It's very nice. So I'm gonna get a view from over here. I did drill that hole in the shifter tower. It did not have a hole. I have seen others that do have a hole, and that's so you can get a grease gun into the inside of the shifter tower to grease everything up. Same thing on this side, new hydraulic cylinder for tilting the cab, new hydraulic lines, whole bunch of new wiring. This door, the driver's door, needed a lot of rebuilding, and the door latch. The J step was fixed. It actually, years and years of foot traffic had worn through the metal at the bottom, so I had that welded up, and then the whole thing re-chromed. Broken brackets replaced. Now on the footwell here, you'll see how worn I guess you call it the boot cleaner is. And I decided I would keep it that way. I had the option of taking one off of a scrap cab, and I decided I'd leave it that way. My dad's foot contributed to a lot of that wear, so anyway, I kept that. So that is the driver's side of the truck. Alright, sitting here inside the truck. The driver's door has been cleaned up, painted on the outside, and a bunch of work done on the inside. Fixing up the handle latches and window regulators and such. Sure, it's not as good as new, but it does work a lot better than it did when I got it, which as it didn't work at all when I got it, and you had to go in through the passenger door and climb over the doghouse. So at least now you can get in and out of this door. May 20th, 1971. Not too many gauges, not too many switches. Passenger door's been cleaned up and didn't quite take a full rebuilding, not like the driver's door, but the interior components have been cleaned and lubricated as well. Rebuilt the heater, one original motor, one new motor in there. Alright, there we go. Success. Currently got the floor matting tore out of the floorboard. I got to get a new aluminum plate for where the pedals mount. And I'm just going to clean this up, have new rubber matting to put down here. And I got a new air seat for the truck as well. Rebuilt the headliner. It was all cracked up. Overall, I'm pretty pleased about this. You know, this truck here, 12, you know, I want it to look nice. Want it to be reliable. It's not a show truck, it's going to be a working farm truck, but I am proud of it and I do want it to look good. So with that, that is your spring update on 12. Got the batteries in, check the water, check the oil. Let's see if 12 will start. Wow, I didn't expect it to start that easy. It's about 50 degrees out. Oil pressure's going up. Tachometer don't work. Very exciting.